I think something that's important to keep in mind with all communities, political parties, ethnic groups, certainly with the Irish Americans, is that very rarely do you find monolithic communities. And the Irish American community at this time was no different. Early on, you had many Irish Americans. The overwhelming bulk of Irish Americans were Democrats. They voted for Stephen Douglas. They did not vote for Lincoln. The pilot said Irish Americans should not vote for Lincoln. During the course of the war, you actually do see a number of very prominent Irish Americans break with that and become very vocal Republicans, not just that they supported Lincoln, but become incredibly vocal about their support for Lincoln and their support for equal rights and condemning slavery. Thomas Francis Meagher becomes a very vocal surrogate for Lincoln. Patrick Robert Guiney gives these beautiful speeches in 1864 after he's wounded in support of Lincoln. And he goes on to run for Congress. And when he runs for Congress, he's actually talking about the 15th Amendment at a time when the 14th Amendment hadn't even been ratified. So I think he really took to heart these Republican ideas. And I think you start to see this fluidity among the Irish American community, where even if many of them did not flock to the Republican banner, we do see that in 1866, for a variety of reasons, a lot of the Irish voters stay home. They may not be able to vote for the Republicans just yet, but they stay home. So it's important to remember that the Irish American community wasn't monolithic. And there were people that continued to oppose Lincoln, oppose the idea of emancipation or abolition. You had many Irish Americans who became so-called war Democrats, who may not have been in favor of or that concerned with slavery or in favor of emancipation or that concerned with that, but want to restore the Union, want to do what it would take to restore the Union. Then there were many Irish Americans who grew tired of the war, tired of some of the privations involved, concerned about the casualties. You see a noticeable drop-off in enlistments as this supposedly short, quick, glorious war drags on, and the casualty rolls are staggering, and a lot of those casualty rolls have Irish American names on them. You see it start to chill the enthusiasm for the war across all bands of society, question some wartime measures, certainly oppose things like conscription in 1863. And so there's the massive draft riot in New York City. There are smaller disturbances in Boston and elsewhere. But what's important to remember is on the flip side of that coin, you see letters home from Irish American soldiers in the field, and they are very angry at Irish Americans for participating in draft riots. And so you'll see someone like Colonel Guiney say, I hope the artillery will exempt these guys from the draft forever. But you also see soldiers in the ranks. You also see Peter Welsh, an enlisted soldier, condemning the draft riots and condemning Irish Americans who are doing these sort of things. Peter Welsh serves in the 28th Massachusetts.